The recent competitive leasing of 4 state-owned factories, Nzoia, Chemelil, Sony, and Moroni, is another strategic step to inject efficiency, restore profitability, and safeguard farmers' livelihoods. Our goal is to modernize the mills, ensure prompt payment to farmers, workers' salaries and wages, and transform these once struggling factories into productive and sustainable enterprises. For years, these factories were a financial burden on the exchequer, surviving only on repeated taxpayer-funded bailouts while failing to pay farmers and workers. The government of Kenya has acknowledged its limitation in managing these mills. Let it be clearly understood that neither the factories nor their assets, including land, have been sold. They remain public property, leased under strict terms to private sector players to deliver shared value and revive the industry for the benefit of farmers, workers, communities, the sector, and the nation. The affordable housing program stands as a powerful symbol of the socio-economic transformation underway across Kenya. Last week, I had the privilege of handing over keys to the first 1,080 social housing units in the new Mukuru estate in Nairobi. As I said then, while it was a life-changing moment for the new homeowners, it was equally one of the most profound and consequential days in my political career to witness how a deliberate government policy can uplift lives, restore dignity, and offer hope to communities that have long lived on the margins of our society. Vulnerable, forgotten, and neglected. It also marked a proud milestone for Kenya and demonstrated that ambitious national programs can be successfully implemented to deliver tangible benefits to ordinary citizens and fundamentally reshape our understanding of meaningful change. To see families move from the hardship of overcrowded slums to the relative comfort of permanent homes, complete with electricity, running water, and clean cooking gas, was a powerful reminder of what pro-people policies can deliver and the great things we can achieve together when we focus our thoughts and energy on possibilities and action rather than obstacles and doubt. A little over 2 years ago, many were skeptical when we said that ordinary Kenyans can begin owning homes through a rent-to-own model using the same amount they pay in rent. Today, that bold promise is being fulfilled. If you didn't understand what we meant by bottom-up, now you do. If you didn't believe, now you believe. And if you thought it was a fantasy, as contributors to the housing levy, you are now witnessing and making history that will be remembered for generations to come in the history of Kenya. We are firmly on course to delivering 150,000 housing units under the Affordable Housing Program, which have been under construction since September 2022, with 11,000 units already available for occupation. Very soon, I shall be handing over keys to new homeowners in Bahati in Nakuru, in Elbakon in Nakuru, in Mabera in Kuria West, in Mgwen in Nandi, in Milimani in Kakamega, and also in Vihiga counties, Nanyuki, and many others across the country. The bottom-up transformation is reaching every corner of Kenya, leaving no one behind. Beyond providing dignified shelter, this transformative program is driving job creation, having already generated over 250,000 jobs. It is nothing short of a nation-building revolution, uplifting lives, growing businesses, and redefining the future of work and urban living in Kenya. Fellow Kenyans, in recognition and appreciation of the sacrifice made by patriotic Kenyans through their contributions to the housing levy, I am pleased to announce today that we shall be proposing to Parliament a reform to the law that will allow any contributor to access an affordable home loan of up to 5 million shillings at a single-digit interest rate, applicable towards any housing unit in the market. This facility will also enable contributors to offset existing mortgages, offering greater flexibility in their housing journey and allowing many to significantly ease their home financing costs. These reforms will ensure that every shilling contributed to the housing levy works for the contributor, whether through access to affordable housing, home loans, or mortgage relief. I speak to you today with a deep conviction that our country is firmly on the path to stability and progress. We have weathered turbulent times, navigated serious challenges, and through courage, policy decisions pursued with resolve, we have not only stabilized our economy, but also charted a clear course to long-term prosperity. Since August 2022, Kenya has recorded an average annual growth of an average of 5%, outperforming the global average of 3.3% and the regional average of 3.8%. Just last month, the International Monetary Fund projected our GDP to reach US dollars 132 billion. That is 17 trillion Kenya shillings, making us the largest economy in our region and the 6th largest economy in our continent. At the same time, inflation has declined sharply from 9.6% in October 2022 to 3.8% in May this year, well below our target of 5% and bringing welcome relief to households and businesses. This reflects the strength of our economic fundamentals and the impact of our bold reforms. During the same period, the shilling appreciated by nearly 20% against the US dollar, from Kenya shillings 162 to Kenya shillings 129, making it one of the best performing currencies in the world. The central bank rate has decreased from 13 to 10%, lowering the cost of borrowing and spurring private sector activity. Additionally, our foreign exchange reserves now stand at US dollars 10 billion, extending our import cover from 2.5 to 4 months. Ladies and gentlemen, word is beginning to get out throughout the nation that SHA is working, by which citizens mean that the transition challenges and teething problems are now behind us, and universal health coverage is now serving Kenyans and leaving no one behind. Since the rollout of Taifa Care in October 2024, 23 million Kenyans have so far registered with the Social Health Authority, a resounding vote of confidence in our reformed healthcare model. We are now recording an average of 50,000 new registrations every day, a clear testament to the fact that Kenyans have embraced a system designed to guarantee access to quality, affordable, and dignified healthcare for all of us. In just 8 months, SHA has disbursed Kenya shillings 43 billion in claims to facilities, with 4.5 million Kenyans having received treatment fully covered by SHA since its inception. For the first time in Kenya's history, under SHA, citizens can access free emergency services in all facilities funded by the government through the Emergency Critical and Chronic Illness Fund. This groundbreaking reform is eliminating the burden of mandatory deposits demanded by hospitals, especially during emergencies. To sustain this momentum, the government has allocated sufficient resources to fully fund primary healthcare services. Every registered Kenyan can now access care in public and SHA contracted facilities at no cost. Taifa Care is universal in both word and deed. These healthcare services deliver transformation goes beyond the magnitude of numbers or of new beneficiaries to real impact on citizens. SHA is settling payments promptly, ensuring that no Kenyan is turned away due to lack of funds. Additionally, to expand access to comprehensive inpatient care, the Social Health Authority is prioritizing the enrollment of all Kenyans with a particular focus on those in the informal sector, many of whom were previously excluded under the now defunct National Health Insurance Fund. Although informal households account for approximately 80% of the population, they have historically faced significant barriers to access health insurance. So far, 1.7 million informal sector households have successfully enrolled and paid for social health insurance, a record achievement representing the highest number of informal sector enrollment in a single year in the history of Kenya. To address persistent challenges such as irregular premiums and other contributions among informal sector workers, we are introducing an innovative and inclusive payment solution called Lipa SHA Pole Pole, or Lipa SHA Mos Mos. This initiative enables Kenyans to remit their annual SHA contributions through flexible, manageable installments, whether monthly, weekly, or even daily, based on their financial ability. It ensures families maintain continuous health coverage without financial strain, while simultaneously promoting the sustainability of the health insurance fund. Lipa SHA Pole Pole has been made possible through a strategic partnership between the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs, mobile network operators, and financial institutions through the Hustler Fund. The system is simple and accessible to citizens. Citizens can dial *147# and follow the prompts to enroll and begin their contributions immediately. In addition to enhancing access to health insurance, we have prioritized the availability of essential medical equipment in public health facilities, moving away from the previous managed equipment services model, which placed maintenance and service delivery responsibilities solely on county governments. We have adopted a more efficient approach under the National Equipment Supply Program. Under this new model, the national government, working in collaboration with county governments, engages directly with equipment manufacturers and suppliers to deploy critical medical equipment based on county-specific needs. Payments are made on a fee-for-service basis aligned with the gazetted SHA tariffs. This output-based financing mechanism ensures that facilities are reimbursed only for actual services rendered, thereby enhancing accountability and guaranteeing the availability, functionality, and quality of medical services across public health institutions in our republic. I urge every Kenyan to take charge of their health by enrolling with the Social Health Authority so that together we can end the heartbreaking cycle where families are forced to auction their livestock, sell their land, or part with their life's possessions just to afford medical care. No Kenyan should choose between life-saving treatment and their dignity. Let us unite to build a healthcare system rooted in dignity, equality, and compassion, a system where access to care is a right, not a privilege for a few. We have successfully transitioned to a competence-based education system, moving away from rote learning towards a dynamic, skills-based approach aligned with the 21st century needs and our socio-economic goals. Our next priority is to ensure every school has infrastructure and equipment needed to support both learners and teachers. To support this transition, and respond to the needs of our growing population, we have undertaken the largest teacher recruitment drive since independence, employing 76,000 new teachers over a period of 2 years, and are on course on additional 24,000 teachers by January next year. We also have built more than 23,000 additional classrooms, easing pressure on existing infrastructure and shielding teachers and learners from the burden of overcrowded classrooms. At the tertiary level, we have revolutionized education financing through a new student-centered funding model that ensures the sustainability of our TVETs and universities while expanding access for learners. Today, students from poor families get up to 90% of government scholarships, with parents paying only a nominal fee. In recognition of the transformative power of technical and vocational education and training, in tackling pressing socioeconomic challenges such as youth unemployment, skills gaps, and poverty, the government is aggressively scaling up investment in technical training. TVET colleges enrollment is set to grow fourfold from 500,000 last year to 2 million by the end of this year, equipping a new generation with skills and knowledge needed to drive Kenya's industrialization, innovation, and economic competitiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, to further empower ordinary Kenyans and small businesses with affordable credit, the Hustler Fund has supported over 25 million borrowers, disbursed 70 billion, and mobilized 4.5 billion in savings. It has also introduced a revolutionary credit rating system that is transforming access to finance for millions who were previously excluded from the formal financial system. The Hustler Fund credit rating system is designed to offer fair and transparent assessment of creditworthiness. It serves as an alternative form of soft collateral for individuals at the base of our economy, the historically excluded majority who lack access to formal financing guarantees such as payslips, title deeds, or other traditional forms of collateral. To date, over 4.5 million beneficiaries with strong credit scores have been qualified for increased loan limits. Notably, 400,000 of them are now eligible for loans of up to 150,000 without any other collateral except their credit score, bringing them into direct engagement with commercial banks. This effectively integrates them into the mainstream financial system, unlocking greater economic opportunities for them. As part of this financial empowerment program for those at the base of our economy, I am pleased to announce that in recognition of the immense potential of our young people, their critical role in the economy, and their capacity for creativity and innovation, the government of Kenya has partnered with the World Bank to roll out the 20 billion National Youth Opportunity Towards Advancement Project, commonly known as NYOTA. This initiative aims to empower over 800,000 young people aged between the ages of 18 and 29 years, and up to 35 years for those with disabilities, by enhancing their employability through skills, training, on-the-job experience, recognition of prior learning, and entrepreneurial development, and the promotion of a savings culture. The Nyota project leverages the Hustler Fund platform, already attracted over 1 million applicants for its business support component. This initiative targets at least 70 young people in every ward across Kenya, offering grant funding, business training, and market linkages. We have committed 5 billion Kenya shillings in grants to support 100,000 young people. Each will receive Kenya 50 shillings grant in seed capital to start their entrepreneurial journey by August this year. I am equally pleased to report to the nation that effective this week, we will commence the nationwide rollout of Climate Works, a bold and ambitious initiative aimed at engaging over 110,000 young people across the 47 counties in meaningful work that strengthens their nation's resilience, beginning with informal settlements. Launched last year in Nairobi, the program has recorded significant success and is now being expanded to the remaining 46 counties. Structured as a social protection program, Climate Works will engage youth to deliver vital public goods, including the construction of roads, the planting of trees, and the improvement of environmental sanitation within their localities. Through Climate Works, we are not just offering a paycheck for today. We are providing financial relief and a bridge to future opportunities, enabling young people to pursue their next steps, whether in launching a business, furthering their education, or stepping into long-term employment. So, vijana wa Homa Bay, mujipange kuanzia next week. Ile ilikuwa inaitwa kazi mtaani, sasa itaanza Kenya mzima, na vijana 110,000 watapata nafasi ya kushiriki katika kazi hiyo. Asanteni sana kwa kutukaribisha Homa Bay. Tunawaheshimu, tunawapenda, na mimi nataka niwahakikishie safari hii tutatembea kwa pamoja. Nataka nimshukuru ndugu yangu mkubwa Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga aka Baba kwa kuunganisha pamoja na mimi taifa letu la Kenya. Tuondoe siasa ya chuki na ukabila na mambo ya kisirani. Tuwaweke watu wa Kenya pamoja, kwa sababu umoja ni nguvu. Ndio mwimbaji mmoja hapa akatuambia, one waonge wasiwasi, one waonge watch, one wachodho mana teach. Alisema hakusema. Nirudie. One waonge wasiwasi, one waonge watch, one wachodho mana teach. Kwa Mheshimiwa Kindiki na Mheshimiwa Raila pengine hamuelewi hiyo lugha, inamaanisha hatuna wasiwasi, hatuna midomo mingi, tunachapa kazi. Ile kazi bila break ndio tunachapa. Ni kweli ama si kweli, watu wa Homa Bay? Tuendelee ama tuendelee? Mimi nasema asante sana. I thank you all.